Hi, this is Hank Hanegraaff. I think you probably recognize the face. I want to give you a little update on some of the things that are going on at the Christian Research Institute. We have been working very, very hard over the last few months. We've installed a brand new studio, and in the very near future, I'll keep you apprised of this, in the very near future, we're going to be doing the Bible Answer Man live via Facebook. So if you go to the Bible Answer Man Facebook page, you'll be able to listen to the Bible Answer Man broadcast. Again, all of the details coming up in the very near future. But we have been working very, very hard on this, and this is one of the most exciting breakthroughs that we've ever had in terms of reaching people 24/7 around the world, something that we're committed to doing and now can do it in an even more effective way, harnessing all of the social media platforms, what are oftentimes referred to as digital media platforms. So all of that coming up in the very near future. I also wanted to give you a little update on my health. I had a bone marrow biopsy just yesterday, and the results will be in a week. I'm hoping for a very good report on that. Also, I had a PET scan, and the PET scan has revealed that all of my tumors are gone except for a couple of tumors in my groin, which have diminished quite a bit, but they're still there. And quite likely I'm going to have to go through a bone marrow transplant. So we're gearing up for that as well. I'm very, very optimistic and thankful that the Lord has given me health and strength through my battle with cancer. And what I mean by that is I have had energy that is simply spectacular, surpassing, unexpected, something that I'm grateful for. I've carried on my life and ministry as before, and as I've told people in various places at various times, my options are very, very good for the future. The chance of me going into complete remission, very, very high, between 80 and 90%. You just have to go through the battle, and that's part of God's pruning process in your life. Going through the battle has been a joy on many, many fronts. I've met so many people who are hurting, who are struggling, who are going through the same processes I'm going through. And many times we find that we have a commonality of faith in Jesus Christ. We have people praying for us. And as a result of that, we have a strength that is not merely a human strength. Also want to mention something that I have become increasingly excited about. It's the Hank Unplugged podcast. When my son David first recommended this to me, I didn't even know what a podcast was, to be honest with you. But that podcast has become one of my favorite things to do. And we've done somewhere between 15 and 20 podcasts so far, and we're doing them all the time. And the idea here is to bring some of the most significant, interesting, informative people in the world straight to you. It's a laid-back conversation that I have with them, but conversations that are transformative, informative, conversations that really make a difference. And again, we have attempted to bring the very best interviews you can imagine to this platform. Just recently, I had an interview with Andreas Clop. He's a German Christian who works with the poor, the downtrodden, with the immigrants in Germany, and has spent a lot of time in the epicenter of the great genocide that is going on right now with respect to Christians. And when I say great, I don't mean great in a positive sense. I mean great in an expansive sense. And he's written a book called The Last Christians, which You can find on the web at equip.org. But at any rate, the thing I wanted to say about this Hank Unplugged podcast, the first one we did, we reached number 6 in the religion space. And it is a result of people sharing and reviewing. And that's one of the things we're asking people to do. Go to iTunes and review the podcast. Go to iTunes and subscribe to the podcast. All of these are action steps that will help this podcast become more and more popular as the episodes continue. Again, something I'm very, very excited about, and something that you can participate in by taking the action step. Go to iTunes, you can rate, review, give us a 5-star rating if you love it, and also subscribe at iTunes or wherever you consume your favorite podcasts. You can also listen to the podcast at equip.org. I want to give you a little update this morning. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to many, many more years, and we're planning for that strategically. Harnessing the digital media platforms is something that is a call of the Lord. And actually, it came from a friend of mine, someone who has been a prophetic voice in my life, who talked to me about the phone I was using when we were speaking to one another. He was in Singapore, I was here, and he said, Hank, the future of communication is in your hand right now, and you need to harness that. Terrestrial radio, Sirius XM 131, they're wonderful venues and platforms. We can thank God for them. But the future you hold in your hand. And that future is a future that must be accessed for God's glory and for the extension of his kingdom. So all of that is something that we have been working very hard on. The studio looks completely different than it has over the last 15 years. So we'll be showing you that in future live Bible Answer Man Facebook posts. One last thing I want to mention to you, and that is my book, Muslin. What you need to know about the world's fastest growing religion. The reviews on the book are absolutely scintillating. I'm grateful for that. The book out officially October 10th. But we have had it available for people who support the ministry of the Christian Research Institute. So you can find the book at equip.org. Not only the book, but also the audio book available at equip.org. Remember, when you get Muslim, what you need to know about the world's fastest growing religion, soon to be the largest religion in the world as well. When you get that book through the Ministry of the Christian Research Institute, all the proceeds, 100%, go to CRI to support our ministry outreaches around the world. So a great thing to do, get Muslim through the Ministry of the Christian Research Institute. Of course, this gives me an opportunity to autograph the books and to personalize the books for those who join CRI's monthly support team. Well, I want to close out by simply thanking everyone for their prayers. I have literally, this is not figuratively, this is not hyperbole, but I have literally received tens of thousands of people's indications that they are praying for me on a regular basis. And this is a great example of how prayer is firing the winning shot. There is no way that I could have gone through what I have gone through since my diagnosis at April 15th to the present without the prayers of God's people. I have been sustained, I have been strengthened, I have been motivated, I've been encouraged, and I've never been more excited about life and ministry, the opportunity to make a difference while there's yet time. You know, I've said many times, only one life, soon 'twill be past, only what's done for Christ will last. My pledge to you is that I will never do anything to be popular or to be politically correct. I will only do those things that I'm called to do, because ultimately, as much as I love you, I have an audience of one, and that is the Lord. Someday I'm going to stand before him and give an account for what I did with my life. And so I want to be pleasing in everything that I do, making a difference while there's yet time. Thanks, dear friends, for watching this vlog. Look forward to catching up with you in the very near future. So long.